Hey, what's up, YouTube? Talk to you guys about the good, the bad, and the ugly, man. Okay. Team DKF went to Fort Worth, Texas, playing a regional. You guys are real chill down there. Really good organization. Except for the fact that somebody pulled the fire alarm and the building had to evacuate in the middle of the round. And that part was all bad. But overall, the event was ran pretty smooth, and I'm thankful for that. A lot of the people I met were really cool. I couldn't, every table I sat down, somebody knew me. It was insane. The regional was 361 players, all of DKF scrubbed. But the thing is, we went to troll. I ran, if you can see that. Yeah, it's BLS, Thunder King, Golden Upstart Ninja, and Hanzo. I just went to troll. You know, I ran 3 of these, ninjutsu art. I only had one target for ninjutsu art, and that was Zephyros. The whole point of the deck was to exceed spam with Golden Ninja. I ran 14 traps, 8 spells. Is that right? It's 22. No, because I only ran 16 monsters. I think I ran 16 traps, 8 spells, and the rest were monsters. And I had a blast. I went 4-3 drop. I mean, I was just trolling. I mean, I would play Rhoda, and they're like, "Are you playing heroes?" I'm like, "Nope." And then I would I'd like activate reinforcements of the army. Then I was at Hanzo. Then I would stand up in my chair. And I know you guys watch Naruto. You know how, like, even in its picture, Naruto, how they run with their arm to the back. I literally got up every time I summoned Hanzo, and I got up and stood up and put my arms back. And then I'm like, the reason he's running is because he's searching for his trap card. And then there's a couple times like I would have my ninjutsu art set, and I was swinging Hanzo in a deep prison, and I go Kage no Bujitsu, and I'd activate it and get my Hanzo. I did tribute Hanzo for Zephyros. Or they're like, substitution jutsu, boom! And I do play mind control on my Hanzo. And I activate substitution jutsu. I pissed so many people off. And they was like, please beat him, he's annoying. Who is that guy? And it's like, it's Dubkdad, it's Dubkdad. I don't know who that is. And I mean, I played all meta decks, losing to Inzectors and 2 Chaos Dragons. But I played Geargia, played Dino Rabbit, and those are the matches I won simply because between either outplaying my opponent or they didn't know what the fuck was going on. Because I would like summon Hanzo, then I would like set Torrential. And so they'd be afraid of walking in ninjutsu art thinking it's super ninjutsu art of transformation. And, you know, then I would clear the back row and then summon Golden Ninja and then just like go off. I ran triple Dark Bribe, 2 Call the Haunted, 3D Prison, Torrential, Warning, Solemn. And the deck really had no win condition, to be honest. It was purely for fun, and I had lots of fun. And when I won my first match, I was just like, I can't believe I fucking won. And then I won my second match, I can't believe I fucking won. As I'm just sitting here trolling, acting a fool, and I'm winning matches. And yeah, Chaos Dragons put an end to my fun, and I was just so tired because we left Friday. I got to work at about 5:30 Friday morning, and then we left Friday evening, and then we got into Texas early that morning, and went on to the regional, and then, you know, I was fucking burnt. I was burnt out, so I would just have fun. Otherwise, I just would have kept going, regardless if I topped or not. I mean, I already had my invite, and I told people, it's like, why are you playing? It doesn't even have a winning condition. I'm like, because it's fun. And say, well, don't you already have your invite? I said, yeah. Well, will you scoop? You know, then they pull out their binder, and I'm like, no, I'm having fun. I said, like, I tell you what, if you beat me in less than 10 minutes, no, I said, I said if I win. No, I can't remember what I told the one dude. I said if you win game 1, I'll scoop. Not for cards, but just because I'm tired. So I won game 1. So then I told him, okay, if you win game 2, and then game 3, I open a really shitty hand, then I'll scoop. He said, okay, cool. I 2-0'd him. I didn't try to. I felt so bad because dude really wanted his invite, but I 2-0'd him. I didn't even know how. I was like, I opened Thunder King, and then I set the rest of my hand. Like, what do you... I said, like, Dark Bribe, Deep Prison, all this shit. It had no card. I said, some Thunder King set 5. It was the best feeling. So then he set 3, and I summoned Tour Guide, got another Tour Guide, and just started poking. And then he summoned Martial Warning. He attacked Prison, and I set a couple more cards in the back row. It was stupid. Okay. That was the good. That was 8 minutes of good. The bad, my God. Texas is a large, beautiful state, but there are a lot of large and unbeautiful people there, and a lot of them smell really bad. I know the humidity is really bad there, so that might have something to do with it. So y'all need to fix that, okay? Just from me to you, just fix that. And the ugly. When I go to an event, regionals, YCS, nationals, or even locals, I implore you, please come up to me and say hi. If you recognize me, don't sit off in the corner and be afraid to say anything. And to some people that might sound lame, but you know, it can be kind of intimidating. I mean, when I go to events and I see people like, you know, Jeff Jones and Cesar Gonzalez and those kind of things, you know, my heart skips a beat, not because of some man crush, or, you know, when I see Anthony Alvarado, or you know, some of the, you know, players from some of the older school guys from Overdose and Odyssey, you know, my heart skips a beat, not because, like I said, the man crush. It's because, you know, I see these guys are like living legends in the game. And, you know, people see me, you know, I'm kind of like a legend in YouTube. And so if you don't understand that, then you can just, like, fucking stop watching the video now. But, you know, there's people afraid to come and say hi. Come fucking say hi to me. I mean, I signed all kind of shit. I signed Grand Soils. I signed this dude. This dude's Laval Chain. And I enjoy it. And yeah, I know it decreased the value of that shit, but they don't care. I signed this I'll say this very happy guy. He was happy. I signed his tattoo. He came up to me. Oh my God, Dubkdad, could you please sign my tattoo? And I'm like, okay. And then he gave me his marker, and I signed his little tattoo. And he was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then ran off, and I was just like, awkward. Now, don't get me wrong. I did it because, you know, he asked me to, and it makes me feel good that people appreciate me enough to want me to do something like that. You do not, I cannot put into words the feeling that when I walk into a room, you know, or walking into an event and people recognize me, you know, they want my attention. Because growing up, you know, I was, and a lot of you guys are playing, you know, nerds, castaways, you know, people didn't, I mean, even back in the 70s, yeah, I'm fucking old. Back in the 70s, I watched Voltron and Transor Z, and I played with G.I. Joe and all that shit up to about 6th, 7th grade. I was still playing with G.I. Joe and shit. And, you know, adolescent, you know, pre-pubescent adolescents, you know, they were trying to be all grown and shit. Didn't understand why I still like G.I. Joe. I was like, because it's fucking awesome. I'm like, damn, have you seen the Cobra base? Have you seen the G.I. Joe? You guys are too young to remember the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier. I mean, that thing was like $200. It was like a $200 toy. That was a shit, and I had that shit. And I had my damn G.I. Joe F-14 Tomcat parked on it and all this shit. And I'd have my little Cobra Hiss tanks attacking and shit. This shit was a bomb. You know, I was 6th, 7th grade. I didn't give a fuck if I had no friends and I was playing by myself. But, you know, I was an awkward child. And, you know, to be at age 40 and have people come up to me and, you know, that's just a good feeling to inspire people to come up to me and to speak, and I implore you to speak to me. I appreciate that. And you have to understand, and I've told many people this, I even chided a couple of people because a guy came up to me, was like, Dubkdad, can you sign my mat? I'm like, no problem, dude. I appreciate your support. And, without you, then, wouldn't be much more making videos. And another guy, and another guy, and another guy. And there was this guy who was talking to me, and I guess he got sick of it. He's like, my God, you say, leave him alone. He's tired. Can't you see he's tired? And I said, look, they don't know that I'm tired. They see me, and if it wasn't for them, then there wouldn't be any reason for me, if that makes sense. And I broke it down to him. And then there was a gentleman who wanted an interview with me, and I told him, not now. And the look in his face, it's like he's got a cloud over his face. So I was like, not now. And I seen a cloud over his face, and I had to, approach him and say, no, it's not because I don't want to talk to you or anything like that. It's just that, I've been up, by then it was like 7 o'clock Saturday night. I said, I've been up since 5:30 Friday morning, and I'm really tired. I'm just going to go outside. I need to get some fresh air because it smells in here. I'm going to go buy a Coke, get a little caffeine in my system, and then I'll find you, and then we can do an interview. And I fucking found him, and we did an interview. So, that's how I try to be. That's, don't think that I'm brushing you off. When I say not now, I mean, look at me. You can visit. If I say not now, it's because I'm fucking exhausted. I mean, and I'm human. I'm sure you've been in situations where you've just been, just straight out exhausted. Okay, so this leads up to the ugly. I like signing cards and giving handshakes and giving interviews. A couple people got my deck profile. You guys won't see it on my channel because I don't want to take away the glory of the people who got my deck profile. So if I met you and you got a deck profile, please post it as a video response to this so people can see my trolley deck I ran. You guys are going to crack up when you see it. But, all right, so walking around the event, and this guy goes, Dubkdad, you're Dubkdad. I said, yeah, what's up? Can I get a hug? No, but you can have a nice firm handshake. And I reach out my arm, and he throws his arms out like this. I was like, no. And he fucking started chasing me. And I let out the most girlish, sissified squeal. I was like, ah! And I fucking took off running. And don't you know that motherfucker caught me? I was running. And next thing you know, this skinny white dude came up from behind me with his arms up under my arms and just like was grabbing me all tight and shit. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking die. I thought it was over. You know how like when you're about to die and like your life flashes. my whole life flashed from, like the early 70s and the fucking bell bottoms and the big afro, and then the early 80s with the fucking big gold chains, and and then the early 90s with the high top fades. My whole fucking life just flashed before me. I thought it was over, y'all. I thought I was about to have a heart attack. But, he just was like really, really happy to see me. And I just thank God that his happiness didn't translate to him having an erection and poking me in the ass, because I wouldn't be here. I'd probably be in prison for knocking the shit out of him. But whoever you are, that was fucking weird. Don't ever do that again. A firm handshake. Okay? You can get a hug from me if you're under the age of 10. Not because I'm a pedophile, but because to a child, because I consider that a child, to a child, a hug is a lot different to someone who's an adolescent or older, okay? It's not so much a sign of affection. It's just a sign of acceptance. I have children. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah, it was a fun weekend. Insane. So down below, tell me what you think. If you were there, comment about, your experiences there, about meeting Team DKF. If you saw me acting a fool standing up in my chair and the Kagebushi no Jutsu and all that other shit, I mean, you confirm for the rest of YouTube that I was I was being a fucking clown. I mean, I was tired and I was just acting silly. Oh, another troll thing I won't spoil the deck for the guys who did my deck profile. This is Dubkdad, and I'm out.